This is the third and final part of our end of season review. I'm here with Martin, Mike and Paul. We're having a few beers. We're putting a full stop to the season. We're going to be talking through transfers, what this season means for next season, who should go, who should come in, and we'll just kick off with it. If you haven't already seen parts 1 and 2, descriptions will be below the link. You know what to do. You'll find it, I'm sure. Do check them out. There's some great stuff all over the channel. But guys, aging squads, one word answer, evolution or revolution? Paul.
You first, Martin.
Evolution for me. Revolution. I don't think we need to revolutionise anything at this point in time. We need a bit more hunger in the team this season. I think that was all it was lacking for last season. Yaya Touré's agent coming out saying that he's going to stay, for me is a very interesting one, because I felt all the way through this season for some reason Yaya had one foot in the team and one foot out the door. But if he is going to stay, and then the big speculation around Paul Pogba coming would be something unbelievable for me, because Pogba, as a young guy coming in, I don't think was ready to marshal a team like City, who are really going to be on the cusp of going for the title. But I believe that with Yaya Touré there could be a role there for Pogba to come through and develop his game alongside what is a legend of Man City, Yaya Touré. Whichever way you're looking in, whatever the attitude says at certain points in time, the bottom line is what he's done for City is like no other midfielder I've known in my lifetime.
That's the biggest one word ever.
Yeah.
Evolve.
Yeah, I'm gonna say evolution as well. I think just but evolve very carefully, and probably, it's somewhere between the two. Is that? Can I give that answer?
We just need to spice it up a bit with 3-4 players, I think.
I think a different attitude to what we've gone before, because it seems that Mangala, for example, was a transfer that we brought in, was a player that you'd sort of heard about. He's linked one week with Chelsea, next week he's linked with Arsenal, and then all of a sudden City have put their money where their mouth is and bought him. It's a player that we don't really know that much about, it's the name we recognise. Should we be scouting better? Should we be looking at these players?
I do think we need that marquee signing this season.
Every big club needs to have a marquee signing. Real do it, Barcelona do it. Every year there's a marquee signing.
Yeah, exactly. And even if you do want a no idiots policy and you want to build from the ground up and things like that, I think you still need to reinvigorate. There's 2 times that we've not been able to keep hold of the trophy, the Premier League, and that's because we've overestimated ourselves.
Well, let's be honest, this season the reason we weren't able to, it was financial fair play, which has proved an absolute joke from the start.
Now,
it's gone because at the end of the day, as soon as we faced it down with another 10 other clubs, it's been shown to be what it really is.
Shall we just tell any Chelsea fans and United fans that are watching that we're going to be back at it? Well, United, forget about them.
Yeah.
But Chelsea fans, like financial fair play, basically, he's come out, hasn't he, and said that we can probably spend what we want.
It's going to be an exciting summer to see who we bring in.
Yeah,
we could spend pretty much whatever we want this year. We were self-sufficient now anyway. We'd met all the criteria, and funnily enough, when City meet the criteria, FFP goes. That's a bit of a shock, isn't it?
Yeah.
To let the other teams compete with us.
And that's hard for a City fan, for us to turn around and say without being the anti-media and that sort of stuff. But again, like Golden Gloves this season, like Golden Boot, that's a fact. As soon as we've met the criteria changes for everybody else. It's hard not to feel that we're trying to be kept from the top table. But my belief is it won't happen. I think at the end of the day we'll get there.
Who do we bring in then? So we've got to have at least. I think we're agreeing then we've got to have at least a marquee signing. Pogba. Pogba is going to play in the Champions League final with Juventus, a team that is sort of built around the midfield is built around Pogba and Vidal.
Yeah.
Is he going to leave to come to City?
I think he would leave Juventus to come to City. Yeah.
Well, I think he'll leave Juventus this year, whether it's to us or not. I think he will definitely leave Juventus.
And is that the number 1 target?
I think for me, yeah. I think we've talked about it a lot this season. I think Pogba would be a fantastic young player coming into a team who's already got the credentials to kick on and make us a better team. Because I think that's the big thing about it all, is we can talk about marquee signings. If we brought in Gareth Bale, for example, would he be better than Jesus Navas? Probably, yeah.
I thought is Bale better than Jesus?
Oh, right, well, you never know. But the argument is you've got to look at the position that player's coming into, for me.
I think we need to strengthen. I think Zab needs cover. I think we need to bring somebody in at right back to cover Zab, because he's overplayed all season. And I thought at times this season he's looked a bit tired. He's got stronger at the back end of the season. But I thought middle part of the season he looked a bit tired. And Sterling, I'd take Sterling.
I think what we're looking at is bringing in other players, keeping the squad more or less as it is, bringing in other players who can interchange with them.
I think
Is
we
that
need.
not right?
I think we need a player on the left. We've got Jesus on the right, and I think we need someone equally as pacey. If you look at Sterling's stats, he's took more players on in the Premier League, more assists I think than he's got a huge amount of assists. So we need a player like that.
He won an award, didn't he? Best young player in Europe, which I think Messi's won, Bale won, Aguero won. Yeah. So he's just, these.
Good company.
Yeah.
I think Sterling though, like in our house we have a word for people like Sterling, that is git. He is a pain in the arse, isn't he? And it just seems that.
Do you know what? No, I don't agree with that. From everything that I've seen so far, I think he's been given a lot of grief because of the team that he's come up against, which is Liverpool, the people's team. And
how classless were they the other day? The way they were giving him abuse.
Yeah, exactly. It's awful.
If you were him, would you say, "Oh, I was thinking of staying. I won't anymore."
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about who's going out. I mean, you've mentioned Jovetic is contributed very little.
You're hoping Jovetic.
I'll pay his bus fare to wherever he's going.
Be a long bus to Italy. And you mentioned Nasri a few times in the previous videos. Make sure you check them out. Link in the description. You mentioned Nasri a little bit.
Yeah, I think time's gone for me. There's certain players at our club that do it 1 week and don't do it for the next 3 weeks, and that has cost us in the barren seasons. That's what costs you. You need players that will do it week in, week out, or at least every other week. And at this point in time, certain players, like you'd have to say Edin Dzeko, he's come with heavy goals and it's with a heavy heart. I say it, but the point is,
it's an end of an era, though, isn't it?
It's absolutely, and I think we need the players. The goal scorers that win you the titles are the Agueros. They are the Costas.
Do we believe the long-term plan that Vieira is going to watch Brandon Barker and Angelino and Denayer lift the Champions League as manager? Is that
Vieira as the manager himself? Yeah.
Well, I think that's the idea that
it seems
to be, we're meant to believe is that is what's going to happen.
The thing is, this has been the plan for years, all right. But and because we've all looked at Guardiola coming from Barcelona B team, and and that was the plan. Vieira does that. But you just don't know at that point, do you? You're taking a gamble. You can't put somebody through the pace and you can't. Maybe he's just not got it.
You've got to take a punt at some time, haven't you? Well, on a manager. That's the thing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, everyone's thought this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Yeah. You don't know. You don't know if he's going to be good enough.
One thing,
and I don't think so far he actually has shown that he's good enough.
No, one thing
I think it might happen.
You go on the basis of credentials, and for me at this point in time, an educated bet is that there's a possibility of that happening. That's all that he needs to be at this point in time.
He's got the respect of professional footballers all over the world, and that's what you need, don't you?
All right, and this is the transfer video. I've got to ask. So we agreed Pogba, we'd love to see him top of the shopping list. Sterling, I've been outvoted. Sterling seems to be very popular. What about Ross Barkley? Ross Barkley, yes or no?
I'd take him, yeah.
No, not seen enough yet from him.
Sorry, I know you want a one-word answer. It depends how much. If it's the 40 or 50 million that was being thrown around.
I think in one more season. I don't think this season. I think next. That's me.
He's been injured a bit this season, and when I've seen him play, he's got a little bit of power about him, but I've not seen enough from him on dictating games for me.
Pellegrini came, though, with the promise that he would blood in youth. And he's not done it yet, has he? And that is because of the pressure that he's under being a City manager.
But he also said
it's
that it's because he's not seen anything that's gone. He needs to be in that team.
That could be the case, but I don't see that actually. I think that the reason is if you're the City manager, you've seen that Mancini went after 2 years. Hughes, similar amount. Hopefully we're going to keep Pellegrini on for another year, but I think that he thinks that he's got to win every game.
Well, you have had a factor.
Well, but what about a dead rubber? Do you not think that maybe it would be if he was at Malaga, he would have probably played someone like an Isco?
I don't think there's a dead rubber in English football anymore. When you're an elite club, the Capital One Cup's important. Okay, you can mix it up a little bit, but that's when you bring your second 11 in. You don't bring kids. You can probably bring in a couple of kids, but it's difficult to be able to make wholesale changes. Talking of Brandon Barker, left winger, Sterling, left winger, similar age, who would you have?
Right, yeah, Sterling. But but we need to do something to allow these players to have the opportunity.
I agree.
What is it though? Is it
Sending
loaning
them out
out?
on loan, yeah.
Right.
To summarise then, evolution, not revolution, but not just of the personnel, evolution of the attitudes at the club.
Absolutely. It's good.
Very patronising round of applause there.
Slow hand clap.
But that is the third part of our 3-part series. Let us know what you thought. Make sure, give it a thumbs up, and let us know your views. Are you with me and that Sterling is a bad boy that we should leave? Are you with the guys and that he should be a top priority? Are you balmy about Barkley, like Martin, or weird about Wilshere, like Mike?
Well saved.
But do let us know in the comments your thoughts and views. This has been Blue Moon Rising TV.
This is Ricky the Hitman Hatton. Subscribe to Blue Moon Rising TV for a knockout time.